Hello everybody, welcome to an Impire stream. Empire is something that kind of snuck up on me as I love Dungeon Keeper. And a friend of mine told me that this had been released and it's practically Dungeon Keeper 2.0. So I thought I'd give it a check out. I played the first chapter already, bit of a tutorial, bit of a learning curve, everything like that. But overall, yeah, it feels exactly like Dungeon Keeper, which is always good. Bit of a sick sense of humour, very deadpan is the word I'd try to use. So yeah, basically I'm just going to do a couple of levels, a couple of playthroughs, and if you enjoy it, you enjoy it. And yeah, if you love Dungeon Keeper, then you're going to love this basically. So without further ado, let's jump into the game. I am playing everything on max, and my campaign didn't save. I'm not sure why I didn't save. But, I guess we're going to start a new campaign then, guys. I only played the first level, so it's fine. It's fine. So we've got Baal here, obviously. And, this is kind of everything. You get like spells and whatnot. I'm going to fly through the tutorial as quick as possible because I do remember how it worked and I can't actually skip, which is really annoying. Ah, that'll be why my Steam
You are going about your
apparently.
daily business of flogging the mindless, slithering masses, covering the steep walls of your bottomless domain, when you felt someone yanking at your soul.
As they do.
After a first attack of unease, you found yourself quite excited by the prospect of being pulled away from a job that had started to seem kind of tedious and unrewarding. Boy, are you in for a nasty surprise.
Hel Salabim, Accio Impum, rise from the dark. Oh, Hellspawn, join me to orchestrate a symphony of destruction that will echo across the land of the Sidrian kings. Hel Salabim, Accio Impum. What? I did it! After 40 years of trying, I actually... I bid you welcome to the realm of Ardania, O mighty tormentor, spawn of the eternal night and underworld. Oscar Van Fairweather is my name, and I am your master, or rather, think of me as your father. No wait, not your father. Scratch that, definitely not your father. I am your advisor.
Oh, crap! What have I fallen into this time?
You can speak! That's amazing! I mean, I have obviously conversed with demons before. Powerful ones, too. Archdemons and such. But tell me, what is thy name, imp?
I am Baal Abaddon, the creature of the bottomless pit.
I didn't really catch a proper name in there, but never mind. I will call you something really awesome. Something to inspire anguish and fear in our enemies, like, Slayer, or Demon of Death, or maybe just Death Slayer. Yes, that's it.
Mind you, like Counter-Strike
You're
kids,
not listening to a word I'm saying.
usernames.
You're welcome. Now, let's have a look at you. Spin around, spin around. Oh my, you look fabulous. Colorful and evil and radiant, like a shiny red rainbow in the dark.
You think? Moments ago, I was 15 feet tall and wreathed in flames, you quack. This incarnation stinks.
Yes, I understand. No doubt you want to know why I've summoned you. Well, enlightenment will be yours before long. For now, I can tell you this much. Heed my counsel, and I will give you the world. You will reign in blood. Men will crawl at your feet, and you'll have thousands of pretty maids dancing for you in their unmentionables.
Okay, now you're talking. Now what's the catch?
Would you please stop squeaking for a moment? Now, before you can indulge yourself, there is work to be done. And before work can be done, you need to convince me that you've got a true appetite for destruction.
You are testing me? That's absurd! You're a moth testing the bonfire, little man.
Would you keep quiet and listen? Nearby lives a piece of trash named Malister Cruelly. We went to school together, majoring in demonology. He was a pompous prick then, and now he's even worse. He thinks he's so superior, when in truth he is no smarter than your average doorknob. Your first task is to rob Mr. Cruelly of everything he owns. After that, I want you to crush him to death. I will adjourn to my office, but we will stay in contact telepathically. So don't worry.
There we go.
I'll
That's
guide
probably
your
the best.
steps.
You can actually see what I'm doing now.
Make sure you dazzle me.
Sup?
You're standing in my cozy little basement. It may not look like much at the moment, but I promise you, it has the potential to become fantastically nasty. To aid you in the remodeling process, I will first teach you how to summon a type of worker demon to help you. Why not make it two while you're at it? It's easy peasy. As a demonologist extraordinaire, I am of course knowledgeable about the fact that you demons perceive yourselves in a fairly odd way when summoned to the Ardanian plane.
Bring it down as such. Do it nicely.
As if you were seeing yourself in the third person, through a picture frame of sorts. Anyway, to summon a worker, try this.
Just so you can hear me
First,
have
you
music, basically.
right-click on yourself, whatever that means, and hold the
love that
button
joke.
pressed. Keeping this button pressed will bring up a context menu where you simply need to select the Summon Worker icon to summon it. Complicated stuff being a demon and all. Hope I got that right.
Right, so basically this is you. You summon the worker like that.
You should also know that the amount of workers you can have around is somehow linked to your
Really
dungeon's
intuitive
reputation.
controls.
You'll figure that out eventually.
Like for example, you don't have to press buttons to like zoom out
Splendid
and all that.
work
You
so
just scroll
far,
out with your
Death
mouse
Slayer.
wheel.
Now, minions love to work and eat.
Really like it,
According to
to be honest.
Virgil Danton's Guide to the Rim of Hell, they are particularly fond of spores, molds, and fungus. Order your workers to repair this mushroom room so they have somewhere to collect. To repair a room, bring your mouse cursor over the room, click and hold the right button to bring up the context menu. Then put the cursor over the wrench-like tool icon and release the button.
Yeah, the controls a little less game volume. Thank you, Stephen. How's that? And
Nicely done. Food produced in there will
How's that?
allow
Is that
you
better?
to summon more minions
Sweet.
to serve our cause. We also need someone to cultivate and harvest the food, so let's order one of the worker imps to do so. Select the worker standing in the room by left-clicking him. Then assign him to the mushroom room by right-clicking on the ground in the middle of the mushroom.
easy.
Great! It's working. Just so you know.
You should be a mod
Another
now,
option
Stephen,
would
as
have
well.
been to
So
bring
thank
up
you.
the context menu for the mushroom room and select the call worker option. Death Slayer, our mushroom operator just dropped a bag. But don't worry, that's a loot bag containing mushrooms. You'll need a stockroom to store them. I happen to notice there's an old broken down stockroom next to your mushroom
Just
room.
so happens to be there.
Open the stockroom's context menu and select repair. This will send a minion to repair the room.
I like the little dance he does.
Oh, how fantastic! Now any worker who hasn't got more important things to do can go searching for loot bags and carry them to the stockroom. Just watch that little bugger go! Oops! This must be one of Cruelly's minions posted as a sentry. Oh, it's a berserker, no less. I want it. Quickly, attack it with a lightning bolt. Bring up the context menu of the enemy berserker and select the lightning icon.
Does look a bit like
Oh,
Dobby.
that feels good, doesn't it? I will study the corpse and soon be able to teach you how to summon such creatures into your service. Build yourself a nursery while I dissect the corpse. That is a room allowing you to spawn minions of your own. To construct a new room, you can click the Management Mode button, or you can... let's see. You can smash the hotkey, whatever that is. And this will sound totally deranged, but once you have selected to build the nursery, you're supposed to be able to rotate the room before placing it in the world. You do that by right-clicking before finally placing it with a click.
Basically, once this tutorial's over, I'll go in more in depth, like how much I like this game already. I've already played this mission, but apparently it didn't save my campaign. I don't know why. Yeah.
Oh, I almost forgot. The nursery needs a worker to do the actual nursing. Summon a new one and assign it to the room at once.
So let's click on Bal again, who
What's the
looks
point anyway?
badass, by the way. Look at that. He looks so cool. Summon the worker. Get the worker, right click in the room, and that's all sorted. And as you can see, I was on about the controls. Is really cool. Basically, you can go into like the map management mode like this, just by zooming in and out.
I'm done with my research.
And it's really intuitive.
So bring up the context menu of the nursery. You should see the Berserker listed among the basic units. Select it to spawn yourself a brand new Berserker. One final note about the nursery. The spawning of units costs you some food, and the amount varies depending on what you spawn. Might be good to keep in mind. Oh, he's adorable, your first little impling Berserker. If you let him wander, he will attack any enemy he sees. To make even better use of him, you should partner him with other units by assigning him to a squad. To add the Berserker to one, open the squad's menu and simply drag the Berserker icon onto the first squad location to the right.
This is really good as well. You can like
Now,
use hotkeys to
create
select
another
squads.
Berserker, but this time try spawning him using the management mode. Open the menu and click the Units button in
That's
the lower
really
left
easy
of
to
your
do as
view.
well.
Then click the Berserker.
What I love doing is if you hover
Once
over
he's ready
certain
for action,
like rooms,
go
you get
back
like a
to
little
the
camera in
squad
camera
menu
thing,
and
so you can
assign
see
it
what's
to the
going on
same
like
squad.
instantly. Really like that feature. Drag that in there, and all of a sudden he's part of the squad as well.
Excellent.
So I have two little berserkers
You
running
can
around.
assign up to 4 units to each squad, who then will begin to behave differently than they would as single units. They will help each other out, gain experience and special squad skills. Your squads will be on guard duty by default, but that may be changed in each unit's context menu or in the squad menu. But we'll get to that later. Now it's time to locate more of Cruelly's minions and squash them to goo. It's time to pay Malister Cruelly a visit. To reach his cellar, you must order the workers to build a hallway. Start by clicking the squares I have highlighted for you, and our minions will get the job done.
Summon another worker just to make things a little bit easier. I'm gonna crunch through here like that. Gonna add this guy to the squad. Probably summon another one as well, just so I've got 4.
Ah, a gate. Deathslayer, remember that
Deathslayer.
you are the only
Such a good
one
name
who
for a
can
demon.
interact with such objects. In order to gain access to the next part of the...
Yeah. So basically, you've got control of Bal, along with like everyone else as well. Bal's like pretty good at combat, or Deathslayer, should I call him? But he's the only one that can interact with certain objects, like for example gates. So obviously, click him, make him open the gate. Let's just add this final guy to a squad like that. Make these guys go forward. As I said, Bal's a pretty good fighter, shoots fireballs.
Fantastic! A new type of minion. Give me a moment to study the carcass, and you'll soon be able to summon them.
So yeah, basically I can now
There you have it. Now you can grow a scout from your nursery. Create one immediately before you finish cleaning out the area.
so jump in there, create a scout. Again, there's a priest. So just basically tutorial style stuff at the moment. Nothing too exciting.
Marvelous. More minions coming up.
Life.
Just give me
What's the
some
point anyways?
alone time with the corpse.
That's disgustingly freaky.
Finished. take a look in the nursery and summon yourself a priest or two. They are really awesome.
So obviously priests are tier 2 units now. They are really, really awesome units. They heal, they do a bit of damage.
Slayer, a sparkling,
always nice.
Gleaming treasure.
You have a new objective.
So we got a scout, a priest, and 2 berserkers versus my 4 berserkers and Baal. Or Death Slayer. We've got to get in the habit of calling them Death Slayer. So yeah, fight. Baal 7. Death Slayer, so cool. Chucking fireballs like it's nobody's business.
Take a look at the treasure chest. It's opening, and all its glittering content is added directly to our treasure pit. Well, well, look what was found at the bottom of the chest. A teleport spell. Memorize it and you'll be able to teleport yourself and any unit or squad anywhere you want. I'd imagine that you can cast
blah, blah, blah. So basically, now we have a teleport, which is extremely useful. So basically, what we're going to do is we'll add a priest to that squad, like so.
Oh, there is one thing I should tell you now that we've started filling our coffers.
Like that.
Accumulating wealth will allow you to buy more squads. It will also add to the dungeon's reputation and attract more heroes. And more heroes means more fun. You see, treasures are the best. One final and, I dare say, crucial note about treasures. I love them. If you allow one single treasure pit to be destroyed...
So basically, as soon as your treasure pit gets destroyed, you lose a level. So what we're going to do is going to make a priest, a scout, 2 berserker squad.
Valiant but foolish hero to our dungeon. You still have some time to prepare.
So basically what happens here is every now and again heroes will come through the hero gate like so. And then they obviously make their way to your treasure room, which you have to defend. So what we're going to do is we're going to build our second squad like so. So that's one scout, berserker, here comes a hero. So generally the heroes get harder and harder as the level goes on, but these first set of heroes are really, really easy. But they are very triumphant looking heroes. So let's go back to our squad menu. As I said, I want a scout, a priest, and 2 berserkers in the squad. So let's close that, and let's say the squad's automatically engaged. We'll summon the second squad in, and they'll automatically engage. And they're going to make short work of these heroes, that's for sure.
That's the way. I like it. A good clean.
And then the workers come in and pick up the.
You'll have to keep an eye out for more heroes. Now that they have found us, you can be sure that more.
The workers come in and collect the rest of the materials as well, because obviously you get
out of the pit
stuff.
Hell.
So replenish the squad. So they're both fully replenished anyway. But let's just transfer this guy out. Transfer it back in.
Hey, Death Slayer. There's a gateway in the chest room. I bet it leads to Cruelly's basement. Let me activate it for you. There, it's working now. The gateway acts as a bridge between 2 areas. This one leads here. To use it, simply select a unit or squad by left-clicking it and then right-click on the ground on the other side. The squad will automatically use the gateway. Oh, and 2 things. First, your teleport spell only works in rooms you've already been to. Second, watch your back out there. The enemies will be tougher.
So it's good to have like a spare bunch of units hanging around. So I like to create just a few extra that I actually need, just in case. So yeah, there's a gate here.
Oh, typical. Mr. Cruelly has a blasted security door to keep us from reaching the area beneath his residence. Seems we need a password. Mr. Cruelly's girlfriend, a dancer/nurse/nymphomaniac named Marlon Rouge, will definitely have
Dancer/nurse/nymphomaniac.
I will mark the location of her house
Sounds like my type
on
of
the
girl.
world map. If her judgment is as bad as her taste, she will keep the password in her diary. And as I remember it, she used to hide her journals in the stables.
Know that feel,
So
bro.
let's start having some real fun, shall we? Let's terrorize the surface with a raid. More precisely, let's send a squad to Malin's stables to fetch her diary.
So what you do is you go on the world map like so, by clicking on the
Now
little
that you're
M,
viewing the world map,
and then you've got
locate Malin's home.
all these adventures to go to. It's really, really cool.
And open its contacts menu. Then select the number of the squad you want to send.
So basically we're looking for the pink ballerina shoes, I believe. Oh no, it's a golden book, isn't it? Marlin Stables, that's one. So we're going to send squad number 1 to raid. And then what happens is, as I said, it's really intuitive. So squad number 1 will automatically go, you get out of the back. Bloody cat. So yeah, squad number 2 will then run out the hero gate in order to complete the quest. And then obviously squad number 1 has nothing to do right now. So what we're going to do is just position them over here like so. And obviously teleport Bile back as well. Just in case some heroes try to enter the dungeon. Because the last thing we want is our dungeon to die. I'm sure you'll all agree that's a bad thing to happen. Yeah, so we just gotta wait for our squad to win.
Sorry to push your perspective around, Death Slayer, but I thought you'd like to see our squad raiding Malin's stable.
Yeah. Our squad's winning quite nicely here, which is always good. So that means they'll come home soon, and as I said, heroes coming in to get Bile fighting as well. And it's fun of it. Just make it a little bit easier. So again, here comes our squad back home with the password.
Nicely done. Let me study the diary and I'll get back to you as soon as I have found the password. Hey, Death Slayer. It seems one of our units is less than satisfied by how you run things around here. The little bastard has gone soft because he's hungry. He's almost out of aggressiveness. As long as he's out of aggressiveness, he's about as useful as a bar of soap in prison. Immediately order the construction of a kitchen to produce more and better food. Then summon a new worker to operate it.
You have a new objective.
I don't know how I feel about that joke. Useful as a bar of soap in prison. Alright, so we've got a kitchen. Let's build it opposite the nursery. Because we're cool like that. Why am I picking up materials? My treasury full. I guess my treasury's full then. So as soon as we start spending money, we'll start collecting more money anyway. So let's just watch the kitchen being built. 1 second, guys. To apologise. Right, so basically we've built the kitchen now. So let's summon both our squads down here. Like so. Select everybody. And they can all come into the kitchen. We also have a couple of minions there just waiting. So basically, these guys should queue up to eat. They should, but they don't appear to be. Oh, do I need to assign a worker? I think I do, don't I? There we go.
Great. Now you can send the door
So we got a chef.
to the kitchen using its context menu, or you can teleport it directly instead. If there is enough room, it will eat right away. If not, it will wait. Eating will refill part of its health and aggressiveness. He's looking better already, body and soul. While I extract the password from the diary, you should use the time in a more constructive way than just standing around waiting for heroes to drop by. It's nice to get back at Malister cruelly, but it would be even sweeter to see the Barbarian Ballet Academy burn to the ground. I will never forgive those bearded ballerinas for not letting me develop my true talent. I'll mark the location of the
So the demon summoner wanted to be a ballet dancer.
Send a squad to raid the basement and set the building on fire.
I love the animations in this game. So good. Right, so basically we've got like a side mission. So we're looking for something like that. And we'll set squad number 1 there again. So squad number 2 can now go all the way down to here. Obviously bring Carl with them as well. So just wait. There we go, we've got the password. So now we can attack.
This room is quite the minx, I say, considering the diary. But that's lucky. The door is open. Get in there and clear out the basement for the final part of the plan.
So it looks like we lost one. So let's replace him. What did we lose? We lost a scout. No, we lost a priest. It's a priest. I can't remember what the priest looks like. So no, we did lose a scout. Okay. So let's teleport squad number 2 here, just so we've got all 4 of them, and then we can move on.
Excellent. We're ready. Let's blow the residents to smithereens. Build up your troops, and when you're done, send them through that gate. I'll join you on the other side.
So we're just waiting for squad number 2 to come back from the raid. New ladders? It's a ladder. So squad number 1 is back, I believe. Yep, just come back. So that means we can summon squad number 1 back here, like so. Squad number 2 lost a berserker, so let's bring in another berserker. Summon them here as well. And we can get moving.
Heroes are entering your dungeon.
Oh, okay, so let's just send...
I have wings.
Zoom out. Send squad number 1 here. We'll send... Let's send both squads actually. I need not to. Here and get pace. Everyone's staying alive. 10 heroes. Everyone stayed alive, which is always nice. So again, like really intuitive mapping. Really like this feature. So obviously Baal can go and open that, and we'll summon 1, and we'll summon 2. Then we can go fight the boss. This boss took me a little bit to figure out. It took me longer than it should to figure out anyway. Basically, what you need to do, and we need to destroy his food stashes. So he's going for that one. So we won't be able to destroy that one in time, because what it does is it heals him. Get Baal to keep destroying food while they fight him. He tends to always go for the one I'm not destroying. So basically, you just need to keep Bao destroying Screech Test, lightning bolting him as much as possible, and obviously recovering the squads whenever someone dies. So. It always seems to go for the one that I'm not aiming at. I'm not sure what decision he needs to make to go for 7 3 times, but it gets a little bit irritating after a while. But obviously keeping the squads full is a priority. Second priority is destroying food stashes. And just making sure that the full squads are actually there. So again, didn't manage to kill that one on. Get that one out. Get that one. Make sure we're lightning bolting whenever we can. See, my first thought was he's going to go for the one that's closest to him, but he seems to ignore a lot of stuff. Like that one was definitely closer than that one. Unfortunately, can't lightning bolt right now. So we're just going to get another food stash up. So let's pop. My guess would be go for that one next. But again, guesses are not that good. So again, he goes for the one I don't. Let's make one more of each, just to make sure the spots stay full. So basically I've hit that one twice, hit that one 3 times. I'm going to hit this one 3 times as well. 2, 3. So basically, I think so basically I've got to figure out which one he's going to destroy before he gets a chance. So like so. So I'm going to hit that one 3 times.
I have waited so long.
And that should just about do it. Yeah, quite an interesting boss fight.
Oh, sweet demon of mine, we did it! Tomorrow's Town Cryo News will read, Manister cruelly killed by Death Slayer. We squashed him like a worm. And you know what? We can have even more fun with the barrels of diseased rat meat our minions just found down here in the basement. I have a positively genius idea. Right now, The people of Babarbia are drawing their final few breaths of unspoiled air.
So we unlocked a new room apparently. Rune, not room. And then we can carry on playing. So options. So where is save? Probably sounds really silly, but it doesn't seem to be saving the game anywhere. Profile. Let's go to chapter 2 anyway.
In order to prove yourself worthy to be part of Van Fairweather's plans, you need to establish a base beneath a warehouse in the Babarbian harbor. From there, you will gain access to the city sewers and somehow expose the men, women, and children walking the surface to the diseased rat meat found in the rubbles of Mr. Cruelly's residence. By disrespecting and bullying your advisor, the rotten folks of Babarbia have made their bed. Now, they must die in it.
Again, I really like the sense of humor in this
Top
game.
of the morning to you, Death Slayer. I'm so excited. I've been up all night. I was great, wasn't I? Yesterday, I mean, the way I guided you through the perils of the Babarbian underworld.
Yeah, the glory is all yours.
Today, I will teach you how to annihilate an entire city with one single barrel of fun. But first, as your advisor, it is my duty to educate you about the workings of this bad, bad world.
You call this a bad world? Really? How about we go visit the bottomless pit?
Hush up and listen, will you? You see, I want to be somebody. I want to break free from being a slave to the grind, and in order to do so, one has to give no more than a bat's arse for the well-being of others.
Pearl of wisdom, right here.
This is true for everyone, even for the good King of Ardania and his royal crap-ass advisor. In fact, I have come to realize that evil is more decent than good because evil is pretty much the same, but with some honesty added.
Yeah, that sure makes some of my pals back home pretty darn decent.
Let me finish! How about this for decency? I can honestly say that I hate all the pathetic morons living in Babarbia, and I will murder every single one of them because I honestly feel like it.
The actions of a true Samaritan.
Glad you approve. Now, let's do some real good and, do evil, and we can talk about your pending rise to glory. Here's the plan. The rat meat we found after crushing Mr. Cruelly is infected with anthrax, a virus most deadly to us humans, and I've had it chopped into fist-sized chunks. Your task is to place barrels of meat in front of several ventilation tubes in the Babarbian sewers. Oh, happy day, this will be great! You should also try to repair the 3 rooms our scouts have found nearby. One where our minions can train, one with a forge to produce new equipment, and an old prison block where we can hold heroes for ransom. When that is done, send a raiding squad to the archives at City Hall to fetch me a map of these sewers.
So there's a lot of stuff going on this time. So basically I need a worker in here, like so. Is there a training room somewhere? Or do I have to make one now? Let's build a nursery. Like so.
I feel the need.
Let's build another worker just to make sure. And then of course kitchen. Always important for an ever-growing demon army. And that looks like a prison to me. First of all, we need some units, of course. And there's a...
Congratulations, Deathslayer. You've just performed today's first deed of evil conquest and earned yourself a couple of, let's call them deck points, shall we? I'll try to show you how to use them. Everything you learn when it comes to constructing dungeons of evil is added to your Index Dungeonis. Unfortunately, the conditions surrounding your arrival to Ardania have left you with a tendency to forget things. To bring back essential knowledge, you need to perform various deeds promoting our conquest. The points you earn are then used to unlock new rooms, new units, new crafts, and new runes.
Okay. So let's create a few units. That one. Create a squad of berserkers, I guess. Wasn't he doing anything? But that's because it wasn't repaired. Oopsie. Let's get him harvesting. And then we should have at least 4 berserkers. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So now we have a squad. So the squad can now... where's the first place we want to go? Let's go over here. And let's create a tunnel. Like so. Just gotta wait for our workers to get there now. If there are any spare workers.
Out of the pit into a hellhole.
Let's create another worker. So it looks like we need to fight these 2 skeletons. And then we can have a worker capture the prison.
Do you know what I forgot to mention? By opening the context menu of Intruding Heroes, you can place sort of a mark on them and they will be brought to a specific room. You can also order your squads to use a specific mark. Just open the squads menu.
Squads menu, so... Go eat. So what do we need to do? It's like there would be the next best option. So let's go there, like so. And oh, so we have like little things as well. That's pretty cool. Wow. Okay. So this game reminds me a ton of Dungeon Keeper, and I played Dungeon Keeper a lot when it was out, Dungeon Keeper 2 mainly. I absolutely adored it, and this is the closest I've found, to be perfectly honest. A lot of games claim to be very much like Dungeon Keeper, but none of them kind of lived up. Like there was one, a few, I think it might have been last year, that was called Dungeons, and it was a very interesting game nonetheless, but it wasn't. But this is very, very close. It's a lot of fun. I like the dark humour.
Heroes are
Ooh, I see you've killed a new type of minion. This one is easy to duplicate. You should be able to summon it right away.
So, I want a prison marker. So basically we'll drag that to the prison. And put the warrior on the prison mark as well. So yeah, right, so we got to summon a new hero, which is a champion. So yeah, make a little bit more buff. So let's send a squad over here just to check what's going on. And we'll just stick the champion in the squad as well. So I'm pretty sure that oh, so we need a dungeon master before we could work that. Okay, that makes sense. So where's Baal? Baal is there. Let's just make a couple more workers. Let's make sure everyone's got something to do. So I'm not sure what this room is. It looks like a forge. So either all my workers are busy, which looks like they might be. But now we have heroes in the dungeon by the looks of it. Yes we do. We're dumping them in the cells as we speak. That's pretty cool. I like that. So now we can call a worker. And let's send this squad to each, shall we? Can we make a new squad yet? No. We need 10 materials, basically. It looks like we can also now make our priests and stuff again as well, which looks nice. So we're going to capture this forge.
Deathslayer, with the workshop up and running, you can now upgrade your unit's armors. If I'm correctly informed, you can use the unit's context menu or the squad's menu to do that.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's pretty cool. You can also make ground traps, which is pretty cool. That's a pretty good idea. So obviously need to unlock in the dungeon thingy. Okay, right, right, okay, figure this one out. Basically, that's the points, and these things cost certain points, so you can unlock them as you go along the game, so obviously you don't get the most powerful units right at the start. Okay, so basically we have upgraded armor. So basically, berserkers can be upgraded. So you get a little bit of armor now, I guess. I'd assume. There we go, okay. So they got cool armor now. So that's pretty cool, I like that. I like that. Can we deal with that? Next, go tunnel, doing that. So again, need to get Baal to just make work if you can, which you can't. So again, this dungeon's going quite well, gotta say. Next on the agenda is probably straight down there after this room. If I get this done first. Let's try and make a trap, see what happens. Oh yeah, we can also make another squad, I think, so yeah. I have to upgrade each one individually, okay, that's no problem. Oh, what's that? What's that trap? Right.
Heroes are entering your dungeon.
So, oh, squad one there. Let's get Baal there as well. So let's make a scout, berserker, and an overlord. I like some of that. Hey, Kai, what's up, man? So we've got another squad coming along here. So let's build an overlord. Yeah, it's pretty good so far. So we're going to send both squads to eat. Like so, because we just broke through to that room. So once the squads have eaten, we can go along. So that's squad 2. So let's send squad 2 in. Let's see what this overlord can do. Squad 2 and Baal. So the first thing the overlord does is get knocked out. That's always good. Oh, fire warlock. Haven't seen one of those before. Oh god, that hurt. Let's get squad 1 in here as well, I think. God. That's not good. Overlord, Berserk. Scout. Find roll. So I've got to rebuild squad 1. Squad 2 rather. Squad 2 in here again. So that was a bit scary. Never knew that could happen. Don't want Baal down there. Fire Warlock's dead. So we got 10 treasure for that.
Life. What's the point anyway?
But I lost a lot of stuff, so it's not good. Let's build another Overlord. Let's get a few Berserkers and a Scout, I think. I should do the trick. Just to replenish those squads. So send squad 2 to eat. They've deserved it. They've worked hard. Hello, Ikai. You alright, man? And then let's build another squad. So let's build Overlord, Scout, Berserker. And we'll build one more. Let's build Berserker. I like the light Berserker. So yeah, next on the agenda, I think we're going to go down to there. It's probably a good plan. So, as usual, let's build a tunnel, like so. And let's get Baal to make
out of the
another
pit
worker.
into a hellhole.
It's probably useful. And Baal can be teleported here, like so. So we have 2 full squads again. Gonna send them both to eat. And while the imp makes his way through here, now we have a full squad ready to go. And once we get some more deck points, going to get the priest. So it looks like Overlord's hit very, very hard. So let's go eat. And we'll get a worker down here. So I need to find a worker. I think there's one in this room. Nope, he's gone. Worker. Can I just call one? Might be able to. Yeah, okay, cool.
New ladders have appeared.
No, yeah, you are the baddie. It's basically Dungeon Keeper 2. You're the bad guy, and the good guys show up, basically. So let's build a tunnel through there. Let's see if we can afford another squad yet. Yes, we can. Cool. So that'll be the third squad. So let's go Berserker. Berserker.
Heroes are entering your dungeon.
Berserker. So my squad's ready. Let's teleport Baal here as well because he's got good units. The hell? Oh wow, how'd they get there? That's not cool. So apparently these heroes snuck in the back. Giggity.
Life. What's the point?
Let's get Baal to summon another worker.
What's the point anyway?
Need you controlling that rather than anything else. So we're maxed out on workers. And we haven't got one manning the training room yet. So basically we need more dungeon reputation. So let's send a squad or two down here. Send Baal as well. And last time we touched the treasure chest, bad stuff happened. So let's send 2 squads.
Out of the pit into a hellhole.
Okay, another fire warlock shows up. Expected this time. Once again, we can afford the priest, so let's go with priest. Lightning bolting it whenever I can. Need to keep those squads replenished. Jesus, those fireworks rip through people.
I hear there.
Baal has died.
Oh man. That's not good. How quickly does that warlord heal? Okay, not too quick, so I've got a little bit yet. Those things are tough, man. Hey, man. There goes Oak. It's going. It's going. Go where? So, is Baal alive again? Yeah, okay. Baal's back.
Life. What's the point anyways?
Baal is a right negative Nancy. That's no problem, dude. How goes?
I feel the need to feed.
So, we'd really like a worker, but
Out of the pit into a hellhole.
so I need to increase the dungeon's reputation somehow. Honestly, I have no idea how to do
Oh, how tedious.
I want to see where this gate goes. Okay, so it goes down here.
Life. What's the point anyways?
A little bit of research about. Oh, hello.
Who are you and what are you doing here? By your appearance, I'd say you're a priestess of Crypta, suffering from an acute death wish.
Well, hello to you too, babyface. You can call me Scorazia, and yes, I'm a disciple of the goddess of death, though no longer a priestess. The sisterhood banished me, said I've grown too dark-minded and malicious.
So, now you want to die because you feel rejected and alone, or are you just stupid? I'd bet on the latter. According to the first law of Uncle Grima, there is no such thing as a female who is both attractive and smart.
Maybe so,
That's a
but
bit
on the
harsh.
other hand, you make it painfully clear that men who are both ugly and stupid are no myth. Me and my scythe could decimate the whole operation without breaking a sweat. Even better, I could make that little imp of yours do the job for me. You see, I happen to own the locket of demonic domination.
I heard about that trinket in school, even read about it in some dreary book by Lord Udric Razenthel. It's supposed to let its wearer control minor demons or some such. Anyway, I know that you are lying. That locket was lost during the War of the Noses centuries ago.
War of the Noses. Like
It was it? Demon, play dead. Demon, slay.
Well, all right. Perhaps the theories of Uncle Grima and Lord Razenthel weren't entirely watertight. So what? I am not afraid of you. Well, maybe a little, but that's not the point. You still haven't told me what you want. I'm kind of busy, executing a really awesome plan for world domination.
I shan't trouble you for long. I'm here to propose a business transaction of sorts. You see, I came to Babarbia to retrieve a family heirloom that was stolen from my father by a wealthy merchant named Bartholomew Onazi. Unfortunately, he keeps it in a heavily guarded chamber beneath his estate.
And you want me to get it for you. What's in it for me?
Well, first of all, my friendship, which is a hell of a lot nicer than the alternative. Second, I can give you this cut of mine.
Ooh.
All right, you've got a deal. But no trickery. A new power is rising. Its victory is at hand. You don't want to get off on the wrong foot with the power of ultimate evil, do you?
Yeah, you're evil, all right. Why not grow a mustache? A small, square one. I'll show you the location of both the Onazi residents.
Was that a Hitler joke?
You can call for me when the job is
Jesus.
done. Break a leg. Or two.
That
was a Hitler joke, right?
Do what the priestess asks. Wouldn't want her to use that locket to make you kill me. By tunneling from our garden, I've highlighted where to start and suggested head out right away.
I'll show you, hero bug.
Right, so I just want a couple more units. So I want to make a priest. Got barely any food.
Out of the pit into a hell. Life. What's the point anyway?
Right, so I don't need to go this way anymore. However, I do need to tunnel in there, so let's teleport over on here. Let's make them go eat. Is anyone occupying that training room yet? No. Okay. So basically we need to dig through there and
New ladders have appeared.
see what on the wild map. So food would be quite useful right now. So we send a squad there.
heroes are entering your dungeon.
I hate how they just randomly just run in and start killing shit.
Up and away!
Some poisonous plants have been found on a race. Let's keep them. They might.
What's the point anyway? That'll show you, hero bug.
So I want both my squads for that anyway. Just need to wait for a little bit more food. And then we're going to send squad number... Okay, I've got 2 squads. So let's send both of them here. 1, 2.
Up and away! I'm walking here. I'm walking here. That'll show you. Out of the pit into a hellhole.
So I've got that, so basically that should mean that I can now go back to... what was it? Yeah, and
I'm here, there, and
then the quest, I guess? Not sure how it works, to be honest.
oh, how tedious. I have wings now.
Let's go to the wild map, and what's that? So squad there. Squad there. Should be okay for now. Need a priest. We can have 3 squads then. 1, 2. Up to 3 squads, so that's pretty cool. Dungeon's now level 4, which is always nice. So send them to eat. Let's get Baal here, so we can summon some
Now you
markers.
see me, now you don't.
And then we can finally get our training room fitted. With a worker. Or maybe not. find one that isn't busy. So everything's going well. The next thing we need to do is next thing we need to do is kind of just explore this a little bit, I guess. Not 100% sure how that works yet. That's the problem. So the squad's training hard. So I need like 150 treasure to get a full squad, basically. While we're waiting, let's upgrade all of these guys. Basically, everyone that's level 2 can get an armor upgrade. So it means it lasts a little bit longer then. So both my squads are back as well, which is nice. So let's give everyone that hasn't got it an armor upgrade. Both my squads are back. So let's teleport them all down here.
New ladders have appeared.
I still don't know what that means. Let's go Baal. Let's go 1, 2. So please, let's see if this activates the event. Nope. Okay.
I have wings, don't I?
Heroes are entering your dungeon.
So there they are. So let's teleport squad number 3 here. So I need to raid the city halls. I guess there's that one. Send squad number 1 down there. Let's send squad number 2 over here.
I feel
Baal can come back home for a little bit. So need to work in there.
out of the pit into hell.
So we lost one. Send them to the training room, shall I? So yeah, just gotta wait for stuff to happen now, I guess.
Eat, sleep, slaughter, eat, sleep, slaughter.
So I need to start exploring the sewers now. So the raid got completed, which leveled up my squad. So should be able to upgrade all their armor and stuff now. Yeah, certainly can. Gonna trade that guy out for an overlord, I think. Upgrade all these guys' armor as well. Cool. So basically, you're gonna go number 1, number 3, and Bile. This is what I meant about the little like intuitive camera. Really, really like that. It's a lot of fun. So they're all making their way down. Let's start exploring the sewers.
Nicely done, little Slayer. I have the map. I've marked the location of all the great Eat, sleep, slaughter, eat, sleep, slaughter.
So let's go get this treasure first. Down here.
You have a new objective.
Let's trade that priest out for that one. Let's trade that overlord out for a berserker.
Life. What's the point anyway?
Send him to go eat. Send him to go eat as well.
I feel the need to feed.
So the next bit on our agenda is we need to go over here. So let's go this way.
I have wings, don't I?
So I've got all my units there. So the shit should die very, very quickly.
Out of the pit into a hellhole.
So let's Bile. I find it really hard to select individual guys.
It's done.
So I'm just going to make a few more units just to make sure that everyone's good. Let's get another priest, another overlord, another champion, and a few
Heroes are entering your dungeon.
That's exactly why. So we've got to work out what these heroes are. Where are these heroes? Ah, there they are. So let's go 1, 2, 3. Teleport as well. Oh, it's ladder. That's how they keep getting in. Oh, is that what it means by new ladders available? That does. Jesus. Cool. So I need Bile to summon another worker.
Poxy, poxy, fiji
Right, let's replace him. Let's replace him. Send all them to eat, and then carry on exploring the sewers. So I'm gonna come down here. So 1, 2, 3. Bile.
I'm here, there. What again?
So stuff should die very, very quickly. Nice, 25 treasure. So it's good. Keep exploring basically. Go this way, check all the squads are okay.
Oh, that door is locked, is it? Let me see. Oh yes, according to a note on the map, you have found a security. Here, the leaders have placed it timer and a reset
Oh wow, okay. I lost that fight horribly. Let's build Overlord Champion. Scout. Second. There's a bunch of wise. So a bit off a bit more than I could chew there, to say the least. So I want 3 priests now, basically. 1. So priest costs quite a bit of food. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send that squad to get some food. There we go. So squad number 1, let's get food. I'm going to carry on exploring the dungeon soon. So basically waiting for a few more priests to be made.
New ladders have appeared.
So let's quickly kill them. Kill the ladder. Kill the ladder. So yeah, the heroes can't get in if you kill the ladders.
I'm walking here. I'm walking here.
Heroes are entering your dungeon.
Send them to go eat. Afraid everyone's armor that I can. I'm going to try and explore that dungeon again. Let's have a Try not to pull absolutely everything this time. Make our way around.
I'm walking here. I'm walking here. Out of the pit into a hellhole. Eat, sleep, slaughter.
How intriguing! An uninvited, masked stranger arriving at my dungeon. Suppose I should be asking for your name and business.
That's certainly one way to proceed.
Well,
Oh, that was a question, was it?
whatever it wasn't an invitation to stand around looking moronic.
Right. My name is Balgorian. I represent an organization called Fake, the Faculty of Abysmal and Cataclysmic Evil.
Original.
All right, even more intriguing. But shouldn't it be face? Cataclysmic is spelled with...
I know. My masters came to the conclusion that face would sound totally silly, so they decided to disregard conventional grammar in this case. Now, I was in Barbarbia for a meeting with a potential member named Malister Cruelly, which, as I understand it, you recently happened to kill.
Yeah, well, can't say I'm sorry about that. I am kind of seriously evil.
I like how he's got the
myself,
Dr.
you
Evil
know.
pinky thing going on.
I'm positively sure my masters wouldn't consider it a bad deed to slay such a promising evildoer as Mr. Cruel. More likely, they would regard it as an act of heroism to be frowned upon. But if you are sincere in wanting to develop your dark side, maybe you're interested in applying for membership. I would hate to return empty-handed.
Well, perhaps. If so, what would I have to do? Oh, and can my associate Deathslayer also fill out an
Deathslayer.
application?
Love it.
There is nothing in the statute stopping demons from becoming members. As for your efforts, you just have to be yourself. We will keep an eye on you, and I will visit you regularly to give you feedback on your actions.
Well, all right. Why the hell not? Uncle Grima always stressed the importance of networking and making exploitable friends.
Good. Then let's go over the registration forms. Oh, and to get you started, I happen to know about a wagon load of healing herbs that left Barbarbia some hours ago, headed for an orphanage in Libertino. Destroying those herbs is a sure way to get the attention of my masters.
Nice.
Do you
Cut
know
off
of
the
people
medicine
with
going
more
towards.
evil than destroying those herbs? Poison the shipment and let the wagon continue on its way.
Yeah.
To do
That's,
this, craft a poison vial in your workshop, and your raiding squad will automatically poison the wagon. Do as you wish. It was just an idea. In any case, I'll take care of the registration forms for us both. Send a raiding squad to the wagon immediately.
Send squad number 1, shall we? It's a little bit despicably evil, isn't it? Poisoning a wagon load of healing herbs going towards an orphanage. But I suppose it's pretty funny. Jesus, some of these rat men are tough. Is that squad number 1? So if I go squad number 1, right, let's teleport number 1 there, and then set them to raid, because that seems to work a lot better and a lot quicker. Yeah, I don't think they'll poison your herbs. I don't think there's much point stealing. They're pretty toxic. Let's go priest, overlord, berserker, champion. Probably another priest.
New ladders have appeared.
Where are these ladders? Where are the ladders? Where are the ladders? Ah, there's one. So there's squad 2 there. 3. Where's the other ladder? The ladder. Can't find another ladder.
Heroes are entering your dungeon.
So the raid was a success. Sure that everyone that can has upgraded armor, and then we'll go fight the rat men again. Hopefully we won't die this time. Just wait for everyone to finish eating.
faster than a shark. That's me.
That's squad number 1. So I want squad 1. Just gonna send them straight to eat. So squad 1, go eat. And these 2 squads.
Eat, sleep, slaughter. Eat, sleep, slaughter. I feel it. Up and away! Oh, how tedious. I have
Wow, I'll just instantly dive on this. Grass.
That'll show you.
Everyone's looking pretty healthy. Okay. So squad number 3 could probably do some eating. So let's go teleport squad 3 there. Go eat. And we're back.
It's done.
That's the next bit done. So let's come down here now.
New ladders have appeared.
Okay.
Heroes are entering your dungeon.
This hero is toast. I'm here, there.
So slowly making my way through this game. what I think of it so far, I think it's absolutely incredible. It's a lot of fun, a lot like Dungeon Keeper. Basically got these last two to get, and then should be level complete, to be honest. Sure everyone's getting their armor upgrades. Head down this way. Open that door. Good. Second priest in there, champion. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. And balance out, of course. Oh god.
Ladders have appeared. Heroes are are entering your dungeon.
Marvelous. People are already beginning to grow boils and bleed from various orifices. Such a sight for seething eyes.
Lovely.
You're rapidly earning my trust, little Slayer. Nicely done.
Don't mention it. I actually had a blast.
Now, I promised to tell you more about the plan. Well, before we head towards our main objective, I intend to make a surprise visit to the man who helped me design it. I recognize some of the heroes you just killed from his personal guard. He must have sent them here to murder me. So let's be off to the castle of the backstabbing King Shonan, son of Kronak.
Cool. So that's chapter 2 finished. Which is always good. Need to figure out how to save the game. As I made that mistake last time. So, oh, okay, we can level up Baal. Allows Baal to suck 5 HP worth of life force from his enemy. I was successful here. Let's do the lifesteal one. And he grows like wings, that's pretty cool. Oh, I like that, that's cool. That's pretty cool, pretty cool, pretty cool. So let's go options, it won't be there. I really need to figure out how to save this game, because I'm not doing this again. Because basically my Steam cloud isn't working. Save profile. Steam cloud not enabled for account. Okay. Really don't want to have to quit this game because I put a lot of hours into that now. If anyone knows how to fix this, it'd be really, really nice. Okay, so I've enabled Steam Cloud on my Steam options, so that should do the trick. Save profile. So that should do it. That should do it, I hope. If not, I'm gonna cry. So yeah guys, that was chapter 1 and 2 of Empire. If you like it, let me know. 16 viewers-ish. So not too bad at all. Really appreciate you guys watching, of course. Thank you, Kai and Stephen, for moderating. Not much to moderate this time, but thank you anyway. Any sort of questions, this video will be uploaded onto YouTube. So yeah, check that out as well. At /SC_buttonmeup on YouTube. Yeah, I think that does it about today. Hopefully I can get a few more hours tomorrow as well. Be pretty cool. Really enjoyed this game, so yeah. Thank you very much guys, and see you again soon.